But I'm happy to see some guys who come from that muddy place pull themselves up and be at the top. They become CEOs and CFOs, and they found companies and do all the great stuff, man. Why? Because with sheer determination, everything can be done, man. There's nothing impossible if you are willing to be in a position that you are willing to work so hard. And of course, you will work 3 times harder than that guy, but at the end of the day, you will be in a position that you will have the upper hand.
My dream. I go beyond the fears and limitations of other people. I am a Motivore.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Motivore, a good place for your visionaries, a good place for dreamers, a good place for people who want to take their mess that is in their life into a message, and their test that is in their life into testimonies, man. That's what we're all about. Today we're going to talk about unfair advantage, which is one of the elements that you have to use to advantage to make sure that you succeed in all the ventures of your life. This one is different, ladies and gentlemen, because it has some dirty tricks on it, and it will seem unfair to your competitors because it is indeed unfair, but it is advantageous to you. So in essence, it's not really unfair. It's just that it puts you at a position whereby you succeed faster than the other people. That is why you need to have an unfair advantage. What is this unfair advantage that I'm talking about? An unfair advantage, I'm talking about, it may be a skill, it may be a talent, it may be resources that are at your disposal that your competitors don't have. Because now when you are pursuing something, it's more likely that you are not alone and you are not the only one trying to pursue something. You are not the only one trying to seize that which you are trying to seize. Therefore, you have to have that unfair advantage so that you can develop faster and be in a position that you win faster than your competitors. And it will take an unfair advantage for you to be in that place. If you don't want to use it, it's okay. Other people who feel like they should use this strategy, then let them use it and let us celebrate them, man. So, for instance, man, you see a fine girl, a perfect 10, he starts an Instagram account, he's an Instagram babe, right? He gets 2 million followers. As opposed to an average 4 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 girl who starts the same page for the same reasons and motives and lands up with 2,000 followers. To the lady who is so hot and is a perfect 10, that the beauty is an unfair advantage over the average chick. That's how it works. That's how it works. Everyone has an unfair advantage. You just have to find it so that you use it in your craft, in your grind, in your hustle. Another example, you have a medical student, right, who has parents. Mom and dad are both doctors. They are at medical school. They are more likely to succeed than somebody who just got in there. Nobody ever graduated in their home. He's the first one or she's the first one out of varsity. Everything is just new to them, because now the one who has doctor parents is more likely to get mentorship, is more likely to get guidance. There are connections that are already established. They are in a position that they can give him resource or her resources to be in a position that they are actually winning and making it in their career or medical field. And such thing is happening. And that is an unfair advantage to the guy who doesn't know and doesn't have nothing, who started everything all by themselves. They have to work 3 times as hard as this guy who got mentors, who got guidance, who got resources. That's an unfair advantage. That's how it works. Is it fair? Yes, it's fair. And at the same time, no, it's not fair. It's not fair in the sense that, it's life. We don't come from the same backgrounds. We don't come with the, same head start at life. But at the same time, it's fair because I didn't choose to come from a place of good resources, man. So I gotta use that to my advantage to make sure that I succeed in life. A lot of business people, man, they mentor their kids from the start, man. A kid from 6 years old already, they know what they're going to do with their lives because they got parents who will offer some unfair advantage on their kids. It doesn't limit to kids. It can be a quality that you have that you can use to your own advantage, man. You get what I'm saying? You grow up in some Caribbean country, you come in here, they are looking for a translator at some court or somewhere else prominent. You have an unfair advantage over us who are here in this country, who has never learned the language, who doesn't know where to start or even to say hello in that certain language. Is it fair? Yes, it's fair. I didn't choose to come from that place. Yes, it's unfair because that guy comes from that place and these guys are from here. Therefore, it's more likely to seize that situation. So you have to link the two. Link your unfair advantages to your craft and your grind so that you are in a position that you are more likely that you are going to win in whatever that you're going to do, man. You may be wondering, what could be my unfair advantage? Don't look at the bigger thing, even the smaller things. Even the smaller things, man. Even the smaller things. You see, 6 foot tall man who is so buff is more likely to succeed in rugby than some twig who is so thin. That's an unfair advantage by genetics, by the BMI that they have. They have both of them. In regards to the BMI, it's an unfair advantage. That guy, therefore, what is he going to do? He's going to link his BMI and stature to the sports that is suitable for his body. That's an unfair advantage. I mean, I've made a lot of examples. I'm sure that by now, an average man or woman could understand and grasp this concept. It's a concept that you're supposed to use to your own advantage, man. Which is why I believe a lot of us, the black community, especially in Africa, are behind with a lot of things. Because now the colonists showed up here, especially here in South Africa in 1652. They show up in here, they inoculated their own culture to us. They imposed their own culture, their own way of doing things, while we had our own customs and traditions and way of life. Therefore, if I drop my strong points and take that guy's way of life and strong points and all those things, he's more likely to beat me. Because now, whatever they've been practicing is being practiced for decades and decades and centuries. It's only introduced to me right now. Therefore, they are more likely to have unfair advantage over us. In our own country, they will seize the land, they will seize the minerals, they will do whatever they want with us, and they will teach us their language, make us forget about our customs and traditions, put the Bible in our hands while they take the land and implement schools while we didn't need or necessarily need to go to school in order to survive. We had our own ways. Therefore, it was an unfair, and it still is an unfair advantage over us. And I'm glad that we are catching up, man. 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 But because now education is the biggest equalizer, man. I don't care what in whatever situation that you are, man. Or if you're willing to learn, you're willing to teach yourself, you're willing to grind, you're willing to devote yourself to be in a position that you actually want this thing as bad as you want to breathe. Therefore, you are more likely to even surpass the people who have unfair advantage over you. It has happened a lot of times that you come from the rurals, and there are boys and girls who come from the multiracial schools. They learn the computer and the laptops and all those things from as early as grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. You haven't even seen a laptop in your life. You go to varsity, man. They start from somewhere. You have to start from zero and learn what a mouse is, learn what a monitor is, learn what is data, learn what is information, learn what is a computer is in a nutshell. This guy's already far. He has an unfair advantage over you. But I'm happy to see some guys who come from that muddy place pull themselves up and be at the top. They become CEOs and CFOs, and they found companies and do all the great stuff, man. Why? Because with sheer determination, everything can be done, man. There's nothing impossible if you are willing to be in a position that you are willing to work so hard. And of course, you will work 3 times harder than that guy, but at the end of the day, you will be in a position that you will have the upper hand if you don't quit, if you don't put your foot off the gas. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Motivore for you, man. Find your unfair advantage, be it big or small, man. From your stature to your skills to your talent, you gotta find it, man. Whatever that you're good at, link it to your grind or your hustle, then come to the point and position that, you know what? You use that to your own advantage so that you may win. That's how you succeed, man. This has been another episode of how to succeed at anything, man. There's a bunch of other episodes. Please go back and see the other ones, man, so that this thing can leak up and you are in a position where you get the concept holistically so that you can use this thing and make sure you run with it. Because one concept is not enough, ladies and gentlemen. You have to come to the point where you listen carefully, implement what you are hearing. Welcome to Motivore. If you haven't subscribed, please click on that subscribe button and make sure you like the video so that it helps with the algorithms and my video will be out there, man. Let's support each other. If this thing was valuable to you, give it a thumbs up, man, and leave a comment below. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.